Okay, we want to solve this problem here. In 2010, the United States Mint released a newly designed Lincoln penny. A Lincoln penny has a mass of 2 and 5/10 grams. If there are 5 Lincoln pennies on a tray, what is the total mass of the pennies? Well, the first thing we want to do when we read any math problem is find out what we know and what we need to know. So the first thing that we know is that a Lincoln penny has a mass of 2.5 grams. Now the question that we're being asked is, if there are 5 Lincoln pennies on the tray, what is the total mass? So if I have 5 equal groups of the same number, that's a multiplication problem. I need to know what is 5 times 2.5 or 2 5/10. So there are a couple of ways we can do this, and I want to show you 2 different strategies you can use. The first way that you can use to solve this problem is the distributive property. You know that we've used the distributive property last year with whole numbers, and this is what it looks like with decimals. We take 2 and 5/10 times 5, and we say that that's the same thing as multiplying 5 times 2 plus 5/10. And we distribute that 5 over the numbers in the parentheses so that we end up with 5 times 2 plus 5 times 5/10. That's going to give us the same number. Well, when we multiply the numbers in the parentheses, we have 10 plus 2.5, and we can add those numbers together easily to get 12.5 or 12 and 5/10 grams. That's using the distributive property to solve the problem. Now let's look at another way to do this, and this is the standard algorithm for multiplying decimals. And it's just like the standard algorithm for multiplying whole numbers with one slight twist. So what we want to do first, we want to record the problem 2.5 times 5, or 2 and 5/10 times 5. And we're going to multiply 5 times 5, which gives us 25, and we need to carry our 2 right here. And then we're going to multiply 5 times 2 and add 2, and that gives us 12. Now notice I've done nothing so far with this decimal. So let's see what we need to do with that. We're going to count the number of decimal places to the right of the decimal in our factors, which in this case is only in the top factor. There's one decimal place to the right. Now that is the number of decimal places that we need in our answer. So we need one decimal place to the right of the decimal in our answer, which means that our answer becomes 12 and 5/10, just the same way as when we use the distributive property. So those are 2 strategies that you can use for multiplying whole numbers and decimals.